Last night, an angel of the God whose I am and whom I serve stood beside me. And he said, do not be afraid, Paul. You must stand trial before Caesar, and God has graciously given you the lives of all who sail with you. That tells me Paul prayed for those ungodly, idol-worshiping heathen that was with him to be saved. In the midst of your storm, are you looking for those around you that are lost, that are messed up? Or are you just trying to save yourself? See, sometimes these storms that come along are opportunities to let the presence and radiating power of God come through you in the midst of that storm. He may have specifically plucked you up. I trust her. I trust him. I'm going to let them go through this storm, and they're going to touch everybody there on that storm. Man, that's pretty incredible. That's why there's a reason powerful for not quitting in your storms. People are watching you. People are talking to you. People are listening to you. People are wondering about you. And you're going through a storm. They want to know, what do you have is real? Do you have what's is in you real? Is it real? So keep up your courage, men, for I have faith in God that it will happen just as he told me. Verse 26, nevertheless, we must run aground on some island. So now the shipwreck. Now, if I'm on that ship and I'm not serving God, I'm still not convinced. I don't care what they've said. So verse 27, on the 14th night, we were still being driven across the Adriatic Sea, when about midnight, the sailors sensed they were approaching land. Now, I know my tolerance for being sick on a long-term deal. 14 days, the storm. 14 days they're driven across. 14 days they've done everything they knew to do. They've thrown cargo off. They've given up. They've heard Paul tell them they're going to be okay. I'm not going to believe him. He's with us on the boat, and the boat's still rocking crazy. Verse 28. They took some soundings and found that the water was 120 feet deep. A short time later, they took soundings again and found it was 90 feet deep. Fearing that we would be dashed against the rocks, they dropped 4 anchors from the stern and prayed for daylight. In an attempt to escape from the ship, the sailors let the lifeboat down into the sea, pretending they were going to lower some anchors from the bow. Then Paul said to the centurion and the soldiers, unless these men stay with the ship, you cannot be saved. So the soldiers cut the ropes and held the lifeboats and let it fall away. Paul's in charge of the ship now. Why? There's something they're seeing in him. See, when you're walking through a storm that you didn't cause, and there's other people walking that storm with you, and you begin to hear from God Almighty, and you walk out and declare the things of God, they're going to listen to you. You may not be the fastest, the swiftest, the smartest, the tallest, or the skinniest, but they'll listen to you. You've got to understand, every storm we go through, there's a purpose. The ones that we don't cause. The ones that we cause have a different purpose. It's to get your attention. The storms that we go through that are caused not of our own doing, God is trying to touch somebody else and bring them to him.